So, as some of you probably know, I have autism, but most of you probably don't know because nobody's watching those videos. Anyway, so I was saying I have autism, which means I have some problems with communication towards other people, and mostly about regulating my emotions and stuff like that. And I had a lot of times when, people criticizing autistic people, why don't you get a job? So I wanted to react to that. I do have a job. It's a part-time job because I can't hold a regular job, and I'm going to explain why in a second. But yes, I'm going to answer you why some of us don't have jobs. First, it's not because we're too lazy to get a job. It's usually because we get fired a lot. Since I was 15, when I was 15, I got my first job. I was a private bodyguard. Yeah, that sounds stupid, but it was my job. And I got fired after one day because they told me I have to stay until 3. So it was 3, I left. And when I came back the next day, they said, wait, why did you not tell us that you left? And I said, well, it was 3. You told me I'd leave at 3. And when I got fired from my first job, I got fired from so many jobs because, as I said, I have autism, and regulating emotions for me is difficult. And for other autistic people, regulating emotions is difficult. And understanding other people is also difficult, kind of. So when you can't regulate your emotions and you don't understand other people's intentions, for example, if someone tells you, oh, you did a great job, and you think, oh, it's sarcasm, they hate me. But you feel depressed all day long for just feeling like you did something wrong. When you got complimented, you feel like you did something wrong. And you feel shitty all day. And you have problems regulating your emotions. You might get really depressed. You might start crying during work. And your boss don't like it. It's like the boss doesn't like it. The boss never likes it when you start crying during the job, or when you start swearing during the job, or when you start screaming, or when you suddenly try breaking things because you can't control your anger or your sadness or whatever. So I think that's the main reason why we don't have jobs, because we just get fired all the time. And if I was an employer and they would tell me I have 2 candidates to get to the job, and one of them is an amazing candidate, and he tells me, look, sometimes I break things. I might hit you. I might hit a customer. I might destroy everything because I got angry. I might start crying when I am serving customers at the restaurant or whatever. And I have someone who is mediocre but doesn't have those traits, right? Who am I going to choose? I'm not going to choose someone who is good when there's a chance this person would ruin my entire business because they can't control their emotions. So I think that's the main reason why so many autistic people don't get a job, or don't hold steady jobs, or don't hold full-time jobs, because it's really difficult to find a place where you can stay relaxed all the time and not get crazy, right? My last job, I just hit my boss. I kicked him in the nuts. And I know it's the wrong thing to do, but I couldn't control it. I just did it. Which is why I shouldn't work in this place. And it can take some time to find a place where you don't get that angry at your boss or at a customer or whatever. Or that you can just act normal and you don't have to pretend to understand things. Because when you try really hard to do your best neurotypical thing, like to put the best facade you can, it takes out a lot of energy, right? And then you get tired easily and you're not productive or whatever. So yeah, I not work 6 hours a day. I work 3 days a week at my job, and the rest of the time I work with my father doing agriculture, which is not a lot of time. I just do it twice a week, like 4 hours a time. So I don't have a full-time job. Even combining those two, I don't have a full-time job. And it's okay, because that's what I can do, and that's what a lot of autistic people can do, and we shouldn't feel ashamed about it. Okay, so next time you're criticizing us, remember, we might hit you. Okay, that's the problem. That's why we don't get jobs. That's why we don't have a job. That's why so many people with autism don't have a job, because we just get fired because we're dangerous when we get mad. And not all of us, of course, not everyone is dangerous when they get mad, right? But it's just one example. People would start screaming, covering their ears, you know, get in the corner and not walk for 3 hours straight. So why would the boss keep them? Because they have autism? No, it's not a reason to keep them. If the worker is not good for the company or it's not good for the business, why would the business keep them as employees? That's what I want you to understand, that we just many times are not good for our business and we get fired. And I said it many times, but I'm gonna say it again, okay? We do want to work, okay? Many of us, we do want to work. We want to earn our own money because life is expensive. We know it. But we just get kicked out of places, or we don't get hired because we have difficulty to we have difficulties to regulate our emotions or to understand other people. That's it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Goodbye.